and that is just Om. If you chant Om, that is equivalent to chanting the whole Gayatri Mantra. So, to what we should remember? We should remember this conscious, most effulgent light of lights, which illuminates our thoughts. Our belief, even after we have heard, we got this thought in the Upanishad also. What is that? We mistake ourselves to be the thought, to be the mind, because mind is nothing but flow of thoughts. We mistake ourselves to be the mind. Right now, if I say something and you say, did you understand? You say, yes, we understood. Means you identified with the mind. See? I understood. I did not understand. I have a doubt. I am very clear. I think I am realized. All this is at the level of mind alone. But we have to recognize this. The purpose of chanting Gayatri is to come to this recognition, to this rediscovery that I am essentially that conscious, most effulgent principle which is illuminating the thoughts. Whether thoughts come or don't come, I continue to shine. It is in my presence that the thoughts appear, and it is in my presence that the thoughts disappear. This, to come to this point, all this Nama Jap, Gayatri Jap, Om Jap, all this is done. Meditation. And and how many times a day you should chant this Gayatri? It should be chanted 3 times. Why? Because the morning before sunrise, in the noon when the sun is just reaching its peak, and the third is at the evening just after sunset. But some people say you should also chant at night 12 o'clock. But some people say you should not chant at night the Gayatri Mantra. There are so many, some people say, but we'll take it according to how Swamiji is telling, that is 3 times a day, morning, afternoon and evening. Then what does this chanting of the Gayatri do? It protects you, it helps you to, I teach it to the children because it increases their memory. It will, whether they know it or they don't, it will increase their memory. But also it is chanted, it will protect you from all negativities. Just like we chant Hanuman Chalisa. Why do we chant Hanuman Chalisa? Bhoota pisach nikat nahi aave. Mahabir jab naam sunave. Bhoot, the ghosts. The Pishach को क्या बोलेंगे? Ogres or ogres. They will not come near. When जब महावीर नाम when we take the name of the Hanumanji, Mahavir. Oi! Disturbing everyone.
She's very playful. It's a baby.
So, when we take the name, why do we take? Yes, we are in love with Hanumanji, that's one thing, but also because he removes all these negative forces which may come and grab a person. Where are these negative forces? Both outside and inside. And we have many places in India. That's not the topic, but just you go to Rajasthan, you go to South India, there are some Hanuman temples, and you go there, and anyone who's possessed and all that, it goes out. Possession is, this possession and all is not, there's nothing called ghost. It's only another thought in your mind which has taken possession of you, nothing else. Like the thought called mother has taken possession of you. And that mother of only one son. That obsession that you call, that is called a ghost.
Like a paranoia.
Paranoia is a bit too much.
Too much.
Yes,
Something
when you
like that.
when you talk about ghost, yes, where it takes control of you without you being in control of it. You can take control of being a mother. If husband comes, you don't continue to act as a mother. You become a wife. You go to work, you become an employee. So you know your roles and you keep the mind under check. But when any personality within you is not keeping you under check, there you go. Is that right? So, Gyanat Trayate iti Gayatri, that which, not Gyanat, Gayanat. Gayanat. How would you say it? Gayanat. Gayanat or Gayanat? I don't know how to use the.
Gayana.
Gayanat. Gayanat Trayate iti Gayatri.
When you're singing the mantra.
Gayanat, okay.
Gayanat.
Acha, Trayate means takes away the
Protects.
inflictions, and that is Gayatri mantra. And in this way, a person who is chanting this Gayatri with faith and continues to chant, he is protected. Now, what is binding you in this life? What is binding you in this life?
Desire, attachment.
Desire or attachment is binding. What else is binding?
Attachment to name and form.
Attachment to name and form. Meaning, everything that this world is representing. Hai na? You have desires for what? For the world. Attachment to what? To the world. What is world? Name and form. And why you are attached to it? Because you were born, I was born like that. Attached to it. Huh? But after growing up also, why am I attached to it? Because I think the world is real. Because I think I am a product of this world. And as long as I keep having that thought, and with that thought, actually that whole thought that this world is real sums up in one line. And what is that one line? I am this body. Bas. That I am this body is equal to this world is real. And this is the main root problem. This has to be broken. And it can be broken. This attachment can only be broken by grace. See? Where will that grace come? Where will that grace come from? From above. Where will that grace come from?
From the self.
What?
Where will the grace come from?
Or self-pattern.
Huh?
You chant mantra, then you get the grace from the God.
It's an awakening from within. If you make yourself available. So,
Relatively speaking, everything that you have said is correct. But actually,